You Hurt My Feelings, written and directed by Nicole Holofcener, who previously co-wrote such films as Can You Ever Forgive Me and The Last Duel. This new drama was released by A24 and stars Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Tobias Menzies. It follows a group of middle-aged people living in New York. Julia Louis-Dreyfus plays Beth. She's a not very successful writer who is currently struggling to find a publisher for her second book. Her husband is a not very successful therapist who feels he doesn't know how to help his patients anymore and routinely even misremembers details about their lives. Her sister is a not very successful interior decorator who's slowly growing tired of her clients' whims, and her husband is a not very successful actor. And they're all trying to live their lives, not allowing themselves to consider the possibility of their own mediocrity, until Beth overhears her husband's conversation where he admits he doesn't actually like her latest book, but he's afraid to say that to her face. And this begins this avalanche of pent-up frustrations and insecurities coming to the surface for all four characters as they try to sort of rethink their lives. So I went into this film blind, and I have to say that for the first 15 minutes or so, I was wondering where exactly is this all going, and is it going to be a movie about nothing? But then when the inciting incident finally happened, I was like, okay, this is what it's about. And it stayed about that consistently through to the end. And I have to say that I really enjoyed how, despite having multiple characters and each of them dealing with their own shit, the movie's theme stayed incredibly consistent. It's all about exploring the idea of whether it's okay to lie to the people you care about so as not to hurt their feelings, and what is the place of honesty in healthy relationships, and then also dealing with the results of that honesty, dealing with criticism, with the fact that maybe people don't like your work. What then? Does that mean they don't like you? What happens to your sense of self-worth? And the film goes into all of that with well-written dialogue and good performances from everyone involved. Each character feels real, and so do all their interactions. I also like the little bits of humor sprinkled here and there. And also I appreciated how the movie, how movies like these typically have a structure where the story gets opened because something happened that disrupts the characters' lives, and then they have to deal with that and learn from it, and then at the end their lives are better because they've changed for the better. And I feel the movie subtly evades that last step. As much as it may seem like a happy ending on surface, I thought that the issues have not been magically resolved and not completely resolved, that these characters are still prone to fail and to fall into some of those same traps, and that they haven't magically changed, but rather seem to be trying some new things and still retaining some of their unresolved flaws. I liked it. I think it's a small, focused, well-rounded film with some adult themes that leave you thinking afterward.